It's the end of the world and we know it, but I feel fine. Because after all, it's Easter Friday, and I mean Easter as in the Celtic goddess Yester of the dawn. It's spring. It's spring, and here on the peg, we have toys. It's Friday. As you can see, we still have a lot of toys to review, but we gonna mix it up a little bit today. We have a Spawn, but instead of just doing an individual, we're gonna do double packs, and it's a double pack. That's right. We're gonna be doing Omega versus Batman. That's the first double, and of course, Superman versus Atomic Skull. And we also have something from the Marvel Universe with the Vintage Corner. So what do you say we start things up by doing the Spawn first? Yeah, this is the Reaper. Another Spawn. It's kind of funny. I don't collect the comic books. I don't know the characters, but I've been buying their toys. The joys of being a toyaholic. Your life's going to end, but you have toys. Which actually, I'm going to go off topic a little bit here. When I was at GameStop yesterday picking up Spawn in my pre-order, the guy basically made a comment to me that kind of validates why I like taking stuff out of the package. This guy was talking to my buddy Casey, who works there, by the way, and he was saying, "Well, what are you? Don't you want to resell your toys?" And it's like defeats the whole point. You collect toys like this because you enjoy them. And you know, Casey goes, Casey collects pops. He collects a wide range of weird stuff. And the guy goes, "Well, aren't you going to keep your pops in mint and package so you can resell them?" And Casey's like, "No, I don't plan on reselling my toys." Okay, and this guy's like, "Oh, but And I went, "No, neither would I. I mean, it's like my vintage comic books. It's like everything else. My toys are, there." The guy goes to me, "What are you going to do when you die, huh?" I went, "Well, my daughters are going to get them. They'll have to deal with them all." But this is the kind of collector that drives me crazy. They buy something because they say they appreciate it, but they appreciate it because they want to resell it down the road when they get bored of it. That bugs me. A little rant. Yeah, it is a rant. It's a ranty Friday. And this is why I like taking them out of the package. Because, yeah, I still have some in package, but, that's fine. But you have to enjoy it. And people who literally buy toys just for the point of, oh, let's resell them down the road, I got something for you. Here's some advice. People did that with comic books. That's what sort of killed the comic book store market, the back issue market, because people were buying comic books going, "I'm going to resell it. The Death of Superman. I bought 100 copies. I didn't, but I know people who did." And I was like, why? I used to be interviewed, by the way, back in those days when I worked in a comic book store, about stuff like that. I was the only guy, for example, saying, don't buy 100 copies, buy 2. Buy 1 you can keep and 1 you can open up. That's it. Same thing with Spawn #1. Spawn #1 came out. People went apeshit nuts, buying tons and tons of copies. That 2 million copies sold, yay! But the point is this: the value is not going to go up because there's so many #1s out there. Even McFarlane realized, oh shit, I got to do something. He did all these different like platinum versions and so forth, and that's the whole point. You're buying toys because you think they're going to be worth money down the road. The only reason why there's a toy market out there for people like, I don't get it, the Motu He-Mans, is because people bought them and played with them. So there weren't that many in packaging. In other words, supply and demand. When you have people just buying toys, just for the sake of, I'm going to have it in a minted package, I can sell it down the road. Guess what? If more and more people do that, then those toys won't have any value. Because literally, if say out of let's take, for example, one of the limited ones I have. Like, there's like 10,000, 4,000. If all of them stay mint in package, what value do they have? There's just tons of them. So even 10 years, 20 years down the road, what value do they have? None. But because people like me take them out of the package and enjoy them, the few people who might still keep them in package might have something. But if you're a collector who just buys toys, keeps them in package, and doesn't do anything with them, that's fine that you do that. But if you're buying them to think that you're going to resell them, reality, probably not going to happen. It's the same thing with people who buy those CCG graded comic books. You never read them. What's the point? I mean, I have a collection, 35-year comic book collection, that I would never CCG it because I still take them out and read them. I enjoy my books. Plus the fact, the cost of doing that entire collection, I would have to sell the collection. But I digress. But it was a weird day yesterday. I had that conversation with that guy. And also, when I was on the train going home, I had another conversation, which I might talk about later. But let's get back on point. Reaper, what do you say we take this spawn out of the package and take a look? What do you say? I'm waiting. Give me an answer. I'm assuming your silence means yes. Take it out of the package. I'll do that right now. Hey, you're going. There's no close-up. What's wrong with it? Why no close-up? Well, I first pulled him out of the box. It's like, wow, this looks decent. It's got, wings. And I took him off, and his shoulder pad, which goes into here, I cut all the little plastic things off. But as I was taking them off, that happened. I'm thinking, okay, bit of crazy glue. I can get down at the store. Took out, the really flimsy scythe. But what got me the most was I'm thinking, oh man, these are gorgeous. Look at these wings. They're so nicely detailed. Apart from the shoulder that fell off, he's fairly symmetrical. I don't like the color scheme as much, but this is the problem. They don't go in. Great wing design. I like the wings. But when you have a bag that doesn't go in, I mean, I am pushing and they don't go in. So it's kind of like, well, I should have kept them in package, I guess. No, I mean, this I could fix. I can glue this back on, but I can glue that back on. That's not a big deal. This, it can be glued back on. I mean, I don't know why they designed it like this, where it goes into the ball joint of the shoulder. That I can fix. I'm not worried about fixing that. As for these, it's such a good wing design. I would feel so bad about having to do anything to them. But I guess I'm going to have to. I'm either going to have to shave this down a little bit or somehow increase the size of the hole. And I know some people are thinking, well, you could always use like heat. Yeah, I could. I could always try heating these things up, make it softer, shove it in. But then as it cools, guess what happens with plastic when it cools? It's going to expand and it might not work properly afterwards. This is just a bit of a flaw. I think this was one of the ones where there was a flaw in the design. I still can't get the thing in. But, and I could. I know if I went back to GameStop, I can get my money back on him. Because he's broken. It's happened to me once way before, where I had one that was broken. I brought it back, but I don't feel like it. It's something that, you know what? If anything, I will fix this part, and maybe I'll down the road when I start doing customs again, I'll customize them. Maybe change the brown to black. I don't know. But disappointing start. Because, like I said, I opened it up and I'm like, these wings are so cool. These are like the wings that they should have done for the Hawkman. Just saying. But okay, let's put the broken toy aside. That's number 3, by the way. That's 3 toys that now that as I've opened, they broke, or they were broken. It's a shame though. Nice wings. Really, Nice wings. They make me think of the Joker who laughs with wings that I didn't get, that I need to build my figure, but he sold out before I can get them. They make me think of those wings. Good wings. Maybe if I ever do a custom, I need black wings. Like my version of the Black Canary. But, oh, and by the way, I haven't forgotten. Let me know in the comments. Do you want me to take this guy out of the package? See? Still in package. But, well, after that disappointing toy that I didn't do a close-up for, there's no point. Let's go to the Vintage Corner! Yes, the Vintage Corner with another Marvel Universe. Today we're doing Scar, Son of Hulk. Scar, Son of Hulk. Why not? Figured why not. So let's be back after this powerful magic called editing. There you have. Once more, I really like the Marvel Universes. You know, there's 3 inches, which is not a size I'm crazy about, but somehow the detail they put into these guys, the posability, is really good. I like them. They don't have that weird Marvel chest thing, which I normally hate. You know, that sort of like U-shaped chest. The details are nice. I like them. This is one of those things that I wish they still made these, because, you know, 3-inch Marvel Universes are in some ways better than the Marvel Legends at 6 inches. I just enjoy these. This is like, you know, like I said, they don't take up a lot of shape on the space. You can just put them on the shelf. They don't take up a lot of space. They're just there. And they're posable. Accessories, you know, nice, wonderful bone sword. So yeah, this is what I definitely recommend. If you see a Marvel Universe, pick them up in or out of the package, because you are going to find these. And if you're one of those people out there who collects G.I. Joes, the 3-inch G.I. Joes, well, guess what? You can add the Marvel Universes to your collection. A shared universe. Because after all, Marvel did do the G.I. Joe comic books for a while. G.I. Joe. And Hulk. Scar, Son of Hulk. I'm losing it, people. Yeah. Broken toys. Not working. It's the end of the world. All right. So, what do you say? Let's just get out of the way, because we have so many Batmans to do. Let's do Omega versus Batman. And of course, this is from the Last Night on Earth storyline. So let's take a quick look at this wonderful gold label, sealed and packaged 2-pack. Well, as you saw in the close-up, the details are extremely nice, except, of course, one thing, you know what's going to happen. These bases suck. The weight of his cape brings him down. Let me try putting him back on the peg. But yeah, I saw in the detail. I really like the details in these. I wish I had a alternate head for him, you know, the actual mass version, but the detail in the face sculpt on Omega is really nice. I mean, the detail on Bats is good too as well. I like the fact they added a bit of blood splatter. It looks like these two have been in a fight. And have to lean them forward. Now, there were some accessories, of course. Now, there's a Batarang, a Bat Claw, and each have opposite hands, but there's one accessory that I really have to talk about. I opened up the package, and it gave me a really good laugh. Are you ready? Darkseid's head on a spike. This, to me, is brilliant. It's not the kind of accessory you would think of getting. I mean, to literally take Darkseid's skull, whack it on a spike, and toss it as an accessory. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's not something I expected to see when I opened up the 2-pack. This made up for the Spawn that broke. This was a good laugh. And the details as well in the back. I love it. I like the purple. I do like the purple and black. It's nice. But this, in some ways, made it worthwhile. Yeah, it's... you gotta enjoy the toys. That's the whole point. And those people who keep things mint in package. How would you know? How would you know that you had a Darkseid head on a pike unless you opened it up? The joys of toys. I love toys. It's obvious. I mean, to me, collecting toys and DC Multiverse, you keep surprising me with stuff like this. This is just one of those fun little additions. It is. It is. But it also brings up the other conversation I had yesterday when I was at GameStop. It was just one of those weird conversations that, I don't know, for the most part, people see my face and they leave me alone. I'm an ugly guy. I look mean. I'm grumpy. You know, I'm like, look at me. But this guy, I guess he saw the GameStop bag. I'm not sure, if he, wanted to start a conversation. The guy was well dressed, not a street guy. Guy was well enough dressed. And he just, like, I'm sitting on the train. He's like, oh, so you go to GameStop a lot? I go, yeah. He goes, oh, did you buy a gaming system? I'm like, no, I bought some action figures. Because I was taking off the price stickers off them. Because I don't like, to me, I don't want to see the price sticker. I don't want to think about what I spent on them. So I was taking out the price sticker. And he goes, oh, so you plan on giving these as a gift? I go, no, these are for my collection. He goes, oh, you collect toys. And he looked excited about it. I'm like, yeah, I collect them. And, he goes, oh, I have a couple of toys at home. I collect them, And, I don't go crazy. I just have a few. And I'm like, oh, that's good. You have to enjoy your toys. And he goes, but why'd you buy so many? And I go, well, I like the DC Universe. And he saw the Spawn, because I was taking the Spawn. He goes, oh, you like Spawn? No, I'm not a big fan of Spawn, but it's for my show. He's like, oh, your show? And I'm going to plug my show. I'm not going to deny it. I'll plug On the Peg. So I do a YouTube channel called On the Peg. It's not a big channel. It's just me having some fun for a few friends and a few subscribers. And he goes, it's like, oh, so would you want to get sponsored by GameStop, right? And I'm like, I'm not sponsored by anybody. It would be nice. I mean, it'd be nice if GameStop said, hey, we want to, pay your show. We want to help you with your show. And he goes, oh, yeah, but if that happened, you'd probably change your show, right? And I'm like, no, I wouldn't change my opinions. I might get a better set. I get a better system going. But it wouldn't change the fact of who I am. I am the mad Montreal man, after all. I didn't tell him that, but for you and me, I said, no, I wouldn't stop. Because if I don't like a toy, I will say I don't like the toy. Or if I'm disappointed, I will say it. I was the same way when I did comic book reviews for RX Comics and movie reviews. The guy's face just dropped when I said that. It's like, you did comic book reviews? And yeah, for almost 10 years worth of weekly comic book reviews for a comic book store, a friend of mine, and movie reviews. He's like, I'm like, did you get your stuff for free? I went, no, I bought my stuff. I did it as a favor to him. Movie reviews were the bonus. I didn't pay for movies for like 5 years, but I always gave my honest opinion. And, if I were to get sponsored, so say, for example, if I did have a sponsor, I wouldn't lie about what I think of a toy. I think this is great. I was disappointed in the Spawn character. I wouldn't change who I am. I would like to have a better set, more equipment, better cameras, better lighting. That'd be fun. And I wouldn't say no to a sponsorship, but there'd be conditions. I would have to be honest. I say, you want me to review something? I'll review it. But I'm going to be honest about it. Plain and simple. And the guy's like, oh, well, maybe you should, write into GameStop and tell them they should sponsor you. And I'm like, I'm not going to write into GameStop and tell them to sponsor me. If other people want to do that, that's their choice. I'm not, because I do this for fun. This is my therapy for my very, very occupied brain. And now that we have one skull, what do you say we look at another skull? After all, we are in the atomic age. Atomic Skull for Superman. So let's take this 2-pack out of the package, and we'll see what I think, my honest opinion about this guy. I really like the color of the base, the flames. The extra base has got pegs as if you were posing them. Well, it's almost as if you're trying to pose them in a fighting stance. So I'm not a big fan of the posability of this base. I like it though. It looks good in front. But as you saw in the close-ups, Superman makes me think of Christopher Reeves. It does. It's, slightly a more traditional Superman body, but somehow makes me think of the Christopher Reeve Superman. Just does. Not a bad body. No S in the back. Posable. It does have alternate hands as well. But the star of this 2-pack is the Atomic Skull. He does have hands that don't have the atomics, but the details that they put, I don't know. It's just, I was a bit surprised to see it purple, because in the comic books he's normally like greenish or yellow. But I love it. It's a different purple skull. I love the fact that the hand, for example, you can see the hand is translucent. The skull, you might not see it too well in a close-up, but you can see the shape of the skull and the just translucent flames. The details in the armor. It does make me think of the Lex Luthor armor. It does, but in some ways that's good because it ties in with the comic books, It just, it has that continuity of the comic books. I really, this is one front of the shelf. Definitely front of the shelf. Atomic Skull. I want another one. I don't care about this guy. Nah, I got nothing for it. But I would love to get, maybe I'll try to find it on these secondhand markets. Someone who opened up the 2-pack, kept him, doesn't want him. I think Atomic Skull looks great. It is just one of the really cool action figures. I mean, forget Gray Skull, forget, Skeletor. Atomic Skull. Or Red Skull. But then again, we don't talk about Red Skull. We don't talk about the Nazis. The Nazis should be dead. I'm just saying. But no, it's definitely a Scully day. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's show. I like I said, we have so many more to go. And I feel bad that I didn't do a close-up of the Reaper, but until I could get him figured out and fix him, he's just going to stay in the corner as a broken toy. Another broken toy. But, you have to admit, when it comes to, 2-packs, it was a great double episode. It does. I still love this thing. My humor, my joy of having a skull on a spike. I don't know. Something wrong with my brain. It's like I'm twisted. Imagine wearing that out in public. You walk out, it's like, yeah, man. It's my hair pit. With my ponytail, I could probably do that. Okay. Well, these bases suck. Well, to wrap up the show, as always, from the bottom of my scarred, broken heart, thank you so much for watching the show. From the deep, dark recesses of my depressive soul, thank you for watching the show. Please hit the like and subscribe if you haven't done it already. Please share the videos. And also, before we go anywhere, let me know in your comments by next week, do you want me to take this Series 6 Deadpool and Bloop out of the package? Look at that. I kind of want to do it because I really want to piss off those mint and package people. Look at the bubble. Look at this. Mint and package. Will I take it out? Your comments will help me decide. If not, it's going to sit here for the longest time because I will never sell this. I'm not one of those people. I bought it because it was cool. It was a Marvel Legend. And I kept this one because, Canadian dude, right? Don't quite get the green poop. But let me know in your comments by next Friday morning, because I film on Friday afternoons now, if you want me to take Deadpool and Bloop out of the package. Maybe it's just the name Bloop. I don't know. But let me know. And until then, I hope you all have a wonderful Easter, or Easter for you people who stole our religion and, had to make our holiday yours. Have a good time. Enjoy some chocolate. Enjoy the fact that spring is in the air. Thank you, Easter, for a wonderful sunny day today. Makes it a much more enjoyable day. It's also a day where there's no point job hunting because it's the holiday in Canada. Called Good Friday. Yes, it's Good Friday. Very Good Friday. I hope you guys thought the show was very good. I think you guys are very good. And on that note, stay good. Stay healthy. Stay happy. Keep collecting toys. Stay positive. And remember, as long as you have toys, you're off to a good start. And on that note, we'll see you next week.